Hello guys, I'm again here with a very important video, that is we are going to have a review for September 6th IELTS examination. So we are going to see all the modules and what all question types were asked. So let's start with writing. So the writing task 2, which was asked in 6th September exam, was companies pay salespeople according to how much they sell to customers. So this is a general situation. So the question's demand was, do the advantages both to salespeople and customers outweigh the disadvantages? So in this type of essay, you had to outweigh, that is, you had to write 1:2. It was very important to write 1:2 because the question is asking, do you think the advantages outweigh? So basically you had to have 3 body paragraphs or 3 main I would say ideas to justify this, to justify that the advantages are more than disadvantages. So yes, so nowadays what's happening is that companies pay salespeople according to how much they sell to customers. Yes, they are paid accordingly. So the advantages could be that, this practice is highly motivating. It encourages employees to put more efforts into persuading customers, and eventually the company is able to achieve the targets. And the second point could be, the ambitious employees earn significantly more when this, particular kind of practice is being followed. Besides this, such enthusiastic salespeople help customers decide, and eventually they tend to take an informed decision. So it is advantageous for both employees and salespeople and customers. And you had to write one drawback as well, because if you are not writing drawback in outweigh essay, that means your task is not achieved. So it is advantageous. There are a lot of advantages, but you had to write one drawback as well. So what drawback could it bring? It is that, salespeople persuade the customers unnecessarily, and it leads to aggressive selling. So you had to give one drawback and 2 advantages so that you can justify your task. And this was all about task 2. And in task 1, in academics, it was a bar graph, question in bar graph, and in GT it was a semi-formal letter. So this is this review is given by my students, so this could be subjective depending on the place where you are appearing for your examination. Alright, so this was all about writing. Now let's move towards the reading module. In reading module, there were 3 passages as usual. So the very first passage was named leaf cutting ants and fungus. Leaf cutting ants and fungus. So in this one, question number 1 to 6 were of this type. They gave 3 options, and then on the basis of these 3 options, you had to solve these 6 questions. So maybe A, C, B, A, B, A. So it depends like what might come here in the filler. And then from question 7 to 11, these were which paragraph contains the following information. Question 12 to 13 were MCQs. And when it comes to second passage, the name of the passage was the Battle of Toten. Question 1 to 5 were one word or a number. These were fill-ups, a kind of summary. And then question 6 to 9, they were true, false, not given. Question 10 to 13 were MCQs again. And the third passage was named as radiocarbon dating, the profile of Nancy Ethfield. Question number 1 to 7 were true, false, not given again. And question number 8 to 12, they were one word fill-ups, and the fill-ups were in the form of a flow chart. So there were total 40 questions, and the level of the reading for September 6 was moderate. Now come to the speaking. So these type of cue cards were asked in September 6th examination. The first one was describe a website that sells second-hand items. So you can, have OLX in mind, and you can describe about that OLX sells second-hand items. And describe a time when you saw children behaving badly with parents in public. This was asked in 15 September examination. The third one was describe a beautiful sky you enjoy seeing. So these are the type of cue cards which were asked in September 6th IELTS examination. Now let's move towards the listening module. So in listening, there were 40 questions as usual. Question number 1 to 10 were fill-ups. They were quite easy, and they were of the type write no more than 2 words and or a number. Question 11 to 16 were of this type. They had given 3 options A, B, C, and on the basis of this you had to complete question number 11 to 16, maybe A, B, C, A, B and C again. And then question number 17 to question number next one, let me see, yes, here you go. Question number 17 to 20 were MCQs, and there were 3 options only, but the options were not quite long. Question 21 to 23 were fill-ups summary, where you had to use no more than 2 words and a number. Question number 24 to 28 were again on the basis of this thing. They gave 3 options: admission office, counseling center, library, and on the basis of these ones you had to fill in the blanks, maybe like A, C, B, C, and then A, again A. Question number 29 to 30 were MCQs. There were 3 options and they were also not quite long sentences. And question number 31 to 40 were fill-ups, where you had to have no more than 2 words and or a number, but these fill-ups were long sentences. Overall, the average, the level of listening exam was kind of easy to moderate, as the initial 10 questions were easier. Question number 31 to 40 were somewhat difficult. So this is all about September 6th IELTS exam review. If you want to have a review of questions, all the questions asked in all the modules in September 13th exam, just drop a comment, and I will be soon there with a prediction for September 18th exam as well. Thank you so much.